Welcome back to my views and news. Some news stories for you. Firstly, Tigray and the Amhara regions are resorting to rallies, demonstrations to express their positions about contested areas. We have seen big rallies in Tigray, in Volkait, in Raya, and today a big rally was held in Salamti. Amharic news sources are sharing pictures, videos from this rally. DWTV and Tigray TV from Tigray shared their version of how rally was held, how allegedly people were forced to attend the rally in West Salamti. Secondly, viewers, OLA fighters are close to Addis Ababa, it seems, from two zones around Addis Ababa. Reports are coming in from North Shore of the Oromo region, from East Shore of the Oromo region, that OLA fighters are there. What are they doing there, by the way? Amhara region-based sources claim that several truck drivers were allegedly abducted by OLA fighters in North Shore. In East Shiva, they're close to Bishoftu reportedly, between Bishoftu and Shaggar. So what are they doing there? Debretsion and Getachew were seen together today. We have been seeing tensions between Tigray interim government and TPLF. But the two were seen at a program today in a town in Tigray. Fourthly, Eritrean government today announced 2-day programs in the honor of Eritrean martyrs. And lastly, Sudan, where this morning a 3-day ceasefire came into effect. Is it being respected by the warring parties? Hours before the ceasefire, rapid support forces took control of another town in Darfur. Gradually, entire Darfur, Western Darfur, Central Darfur, they are already under the control of rapid support forces. Now they are expanding their presence in North and South Darfur too. We have details for you. Firstly, viewers, Tigray and Amhara regions have their claims to territories. Western Tigray, Tigray calls it Western Tigray. Amhara region-based groups call it Volkait, Humara Sagade, contested area. Raya, Tigray calls it Southern Tigray. Amhara region calls it Raya. Salamti, close to Western Tigray, also disputed territory. We know that a few weeks ago, big protests were held in Tigray by IDPs. The IDPs protested at some camps, took to the streets in Tigray, in several towns of Tigray, in Makale, Shir, Exom, etc. Thousands attended the rallies. They said that they wanted to return to their homes in Western Zone, Southern Zone, Salamti. They were not being allowed to return because the areas were under the control of Amhara forces, Ethiopian National Defense Force. We heard calls from external players too. US called for return of IDPs. Sadkan spoke and he said that before winter, return of IDPs could start. The other side also issued statements. The Makazadu held a big rally in Dansha, Sagade, and there he addressed thousands of people. He opposed the return of IDP. He said that Volkai, Sagade, Humara is Amhara. Criminals won't be allowed to enter the area. Now another rally, this time in Dima, which is in Salamti. In West Salamti on Saturday, a big protest was held. 2 days ago, I reported that preparations were underway for a protest in Salamti, in Mesabre. on Saturday. That is what we saw today. A big rally. Thousands were there reportedly. They called for the area to remain part of the Amhara region, that they are Amharas. Their identity must be respected. Tigray fighters must withdraw from this area, and Ethiopian government should protect the people of this area, Salamti, from attacks by Tigray fighters allegedly. Protests, slogans, placards. Then Tigray region-based news outlets reported as well. They claim that Amharas were brought from Gondar to protest in Mesabre, in Dema. Purpose was to send a message that the area is home to Amharas. Actual residents of Salamti, they were forced to attend today's protests. They were told if they did not attend the protests, they would be tortured. That is what is being claimed by DWTV Tigray TV. So that is why residents had to attend today's rally in West Salamti. So both sides are sharing different account of what happened in Salamti today. And by the way, we know that some meetings have been held between Tigray and Amhara leadership. Getachew was in Bahirdar a few days ago. Issue of return of IDPs came under discussions. Reportedly, Ethiopian federal government wants the return of IDPs from Tigray to their homes in Raya and Wolkayth. That is why, before likely return of IDPs, we are seeing strong messages conveyed by Amhara region-based groups through these rallies to the federal government, Tigray interim government as well. Return of IDPs is a very complex, very complicated issue. It's not easy. Getachew has been heard saying more than once that criminals won't be allowed to return, won't be allowed to enter. That they would destabilize the region. And Getachew is the head of security here, deputy administrator of Raya Wolkayth Sagade. How can Tigrayan IDPs return as long as Getachew is there? Getachew is wanted, by the way, according to an investigation conducted by Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International. A joint investigation, they said that Getachew and some others were involved in ethnic cleansing. And Ethiopian government should start legal proceedings against Getachew and others. But he is deputy administrator of the area, openly rejecting the idea of return of IDPs to their homes in Wolkayth, Humera, Sagade. I have a clip for you from today's rally held in Salamti. You would see that thousands attended today's rally. Whether they were locals or they were from Gondar, it's not clear, but it was a big rally held in Salamti today. Watch the clip from today's rally. Secondly, viewers, OLA, Oromo Liberation Army fighters have been spotted close to Addis Ababa, close to Shaggar, Shaggar is the city being constructed all around Addis Ababa, and OLA fighters' presence is being confirmed by several sources along main roads leading to Shaggar towards Addis Ababa. It was reported this morning that some truck drivers had been kidnapped by OLA fighters in North Shiva zone of the Oromo region. They were seen standing on a road between Gebre Guracha and Ali Dairo. The road passes through North Shore, I think, towards Addis Ababa. There they set up checkpoints, you can say. They searched several vehicles. Some truck drivers were abducted. It has been claimed by Amhara news sources. They say that a ransom is being demanded. There is presence of OLA fighters between Bishoftu and Addis Ababa too, Bishoftu and Shaggar too. A few days ago, they carried out an attack on Bishoftu. In Bishoftu, there is a military base, as we know, military base of Ethiopian Air Force. They carried out attacks on several police stations in Bishoftu a few days ago. They carried out attacks in East Shiva too, and their presence close to Shaggar on Bishoftu side is being confirmed. OLA backed sources say that Ethiopian military is sending arms from Bishoftu air base to Ethiopian armies, troops deployed to central and western parts of Oromo. That is why OLA fighters carry out random checkings of trucks, etc., along the main routes leading to Addis Ababa towards western Oromo, central Oromo. Purpose is to block supply of arms to ENDF. That is why between Bishoftu and Addis Ababa, Bishoftu and Shaggar, OLA checkpoints are being confirmed by several sources. Now, OLA's presence, Oromo Liberation Army's presence close to Shaggar is not a surprise because they carried out an attack inside Shaggar too a few days ago. They did a video on that. So they are there 30-40 kilometers away from Addis Ababa. They can hit Addis Ababa as well, but they don't have sustainable presence in Addis Ababa. They can carry out hit and run attacks, but they are not in a position to launch sustained attacks in Addis Ababa. They want to encircle Addis Ababa. They want to ensure that they are in a position to cripple Addis Ababa. That is why on all sides of Addis Ababa, they are there now. Their presence in eastern Shiva, East Shiva, has been confirmed to not the traditional stronghold, but the way they are trying to encircle Addis Ababa, it is becoming clear that they'll intensify their activities around Addis Ababa, or Ethiopian military might launch an offensive to push them away from Addis Ababa. That would happen in the past too, that when OLA fighters managed to enter central Oromia from western Oromia, Ethiopian federal forces launched an offensive, and then OLA fighters were pushed back into Valaga towards Sudan border. Same could happen here too if they continue their activities, operations around Shaggar and around Addis Ababa, especially if talks don't start. If talks don't start, we could see an operation to push OLA fighters away from Addis Ababa. Their presence very close to capital could be a matter of concern for security forces. Third viewers, Tigray interim president Getachew and Tigray former president Debretsion were seen together today. They attended a program organized in the honor of martyrs. The program was held in Hausen, and there the two were seen in a happy mood. They commemorated the sacrifices of martyrs at the program. We have been seeing tension between TPLF and Tigray interim government. TPLF led by Debretsion, interim government led by Getachew. Getachew was spokesperson of Debretsion, but now Getachew is Tigray interim president. Debretsion is trying to lead TPLF, which is not eligible to contest any election in Ethiopia. I think that their appearance together at a program sent a good message to those Tigrayans who were concerned. People have been concerned, still concerned, that there are splits within TPLF. But they sent a good message today through their appearance that through their appearing at this program, that they are together when it comes to tackling key issues like remembering the sacrifices of martyrs, like tackling the issues being faced by injured soldiers, etc. Eritrea viewers, which has announced 2-day programs in the honor of martyrs. Emmanuel Gebremeskel, Information Minister of Eritrea, announced that from tomorrow, from Monday, 2-day programs will be held to commemorate the sacrifices, the struggle of martyrs who fought for Eritrean independence, who fought for Eritrean sovereignty. All martyrs, it means that martyrs before who fought for independence and those who fought after independence in different wars. One question: if Eritrean martyrs knew that after their death the country would be ruled by one man for 30 years, what would they do? Isaias Afwerki is not willing to change. The same type of governance, same type of structure, no major change in Eritrea, no economic prosperity, no industrialization. Only thing which we hear about Eritrea as a success is that there is peace, there is security, there is no crime, there are no ethnic tensions, country is safe from external players, independent foreign policy. Yes, some of these achievements cannot be denied, but one must not forget the number. How many Eritreans have fled Eritrea? How many martyrs' families have fled Eritrea? While martyrs are being remembered, where are their families? Some are in US, some in Europe, some could be suffering in Eritrea as well. Eritrea needs to change. Remembering the sacrifices of martyrs won't change Eritrea. Government will have to change. It will have to prove that what martyrs did for Eritrea, it is being respected by Eritrean government. Eritrea was not made for a one-man rule. No country in the world is made for one-man rule, by the way, viewers. Countries are for people. They are run by the people. People have right to elect leaders. That is how civilized world works. But no election, no freedom to speak, no freedom to express, and those who criticize for betterment, for change, are declared Eritrean enemies, as they are declared as working for Western interests. But these martyrs' families should ask questions, at least from abroad. In Eritrea, they are not allowed to speak. Those who live abroad, they can ask questions that what did martyrs get, what did their families get from this struggle? Shouldn't the government change? Shouldn't the government involve people in running the country? Sudan, viewers, where a ceasefire came into effect on Sunday morning, 6 a.m., 3-day ceasefire agreed in Jeddah by Rapid Support Forces and Sudanese military representatives. Again, a warning from American and Saudi diplomats saying that if ceasefire is not respected, the talks, Jeddah talks, would be adjourned. Threats work, it seems, because last time a 24-hour ceasefire worked, respected by the two sides. Again, threat from Saudi, American diplomats working. Since this morning, no strikes, no fighting, no mobilization of troops. I think we could see calm in the next 3 days. And then ceasefire could be extended because moon has been sighted in Sudan, Zilhaj moon. So after 10 days, Muslims will celebrate Eid al-Adha. On the 27th of June, Muslims in Sudan will celebrate Eid al-Adha, religious celebratory festival. And we could see extension of this 3-day ceasefire into Eid al-Adha, it seems. Secondly, viewers, hours before the ceasefire, rapid support forces took control of another town in Darfur. In Darfur, gradually, rapid support forces are expanding. Sudanese army completely on the back foot. Its garrisons, its bases being taken over by rapid support forces in West Darfur, Central Darfur, North Darfur, South Darfur. In North Darfur, a town was taken, a locality, a small town was taken by rapid support forces. Tawila is the name of the town in North Darfur. Around 50 kilometers away from Al-Fashir is Tawila. Al-Fashir is the main city in North Darfur. There is an airport as well in Al-Fashir. RSF members are in Al-Fashir too. 40%, around 40% of Al-Fashir is under RSF control. And now they are in Tawila too, where some civilians killed in RSF's attack and hundreds were displaced towards nearby areas. So gradually they are taking over entire Darfur. And then they'll definitely move towards Kordofan. Khartoum already under their tight control. Khartoum, Bari, Madarman under their tight control. Gradually, they are trying to expand the areas under their control. Ceasefires are working, but Sudanese army has been unable to bring about any major change on the ground in terms of pushing RSF out of Khartoum, Bari, Madarman, in terms of retaining its positions in Darfur, it seems. Take watch.